I remember very clearly 3 of my volleyball teammates were just standing at the bar, all drinking a beer, totally red in the face. And I saw them tried to make a joke saying, oh, why aren't you guys using, some kind of medicine to stop turning red? They just said, oh my God, I've never heard of that. That doesn't exist. Oh, I wish that existed. And I thought, actually, how can it doesn't exist? Actually, in the US, it's quite a common product. Asian Americans are very commonly using these anti-redness medicines and supplements and such. I thought, I know all about this. How could you guys, are you serious? You don't, so many Japanese people have this alcohol flush, but but people are saying there's no solution. And so my mind just exploded while I was at that party. I almost had to leave the party and just go home and start working. And then after that moment where it just popped into my head, I spent basically the next probably almost 2 years while I was still employed, between Osaka and Shanghai, just spending all my free time researching, visiting factories. Every time I got a break from work, I remember we had a Chinese New Year holiday at the Shanghai factory, and I actually took the holiday and flew to Japan just to meet functional beverage factories and say, okay, can you actually make this? How much would this cost? And then ended that trip by going to the trademark office in Tokyo just to get the trademark of the brand I had come up with.
So you had a lot of dedication for it. And
yeah.
I'm quite curious about 2 things. But first, because we're going to talk about this a lot more, what is a functional beverage?
What is a functional beverage?
How do you define this in terms of like product market category?
Yeah, sure. Well, I think anyone who's been to a drugstore or convenience store in Japan would have a quite clear image of this, because they always have this refrigerator, an open refrigerator with maybe 100 or 150 small, usually between 50 milliliter and 100 milliliter small drinks that are called functional beverages, that basically are not being consumed for refreshment or enjoyment, right? The purpose of these beverages is very specifically to provide your body with some alternative or excess health benefit, right? So I would say this is what defines a functional beverage.
So it could be, for example, adding vitamins or...
Vitamins, yeah, well, just to name a couple then. So we've got, that are common in Japan would be liver supplements that are meant to boost your liver function. You've got skin supplements that contain collagen or amino acids. Anti-hangover drinks that are meant to help you process alcohol in some way. You've got these, even some products that are between energy drinks and functional beverages that contain taurine and amino acids that just kind of give your body some kind of boost, right?
So they're not consumed for enjoyment, but they also don't fall in the category of medicine.
I think this is, no, a lot of them do fall in the category of medicine, actually. And within that refrigerator in the drugstore, it's usually about half the products that are classified as medicine and half that are, legally speaking, medicines, and half that are supplements. But the average consumer doesn't really see it that way. I think they're just products that would give you some kind of extra function. And I think maybe the key point is that they're not really for enjoyment, right? You're never going to see someone taking that and on a hot summer day and cracking it and
you take it because you want to get something out of it.
You're very clearly getting something out of it. And something interesting that I've learned as I've gone deeper and deeper into this industry is that especially Japanese consumers would often see a tablet product, even if it's not a medicine, it's just a supplement. They would often see that as something medical or something that they might feel uncomfortable to take. But for some reason, if it's in a drink form, it doesn't really fall in the medicine category.
Interesting.
It's just some kind of little boost that can help their body out. And a lot of the customers we've interacted with say, oh, it's just a drink that makes me feel much safer. All right, well, actually, there's even much more active ingredients in the drink than the tablets, but it's great you feel that way.